Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined now with the one and only David Haye. David, I have been stalking you for a few weeks now. I need to get the interview, and here we are.
All good things come to those who wait for the perfect opportunity, and here we are. It doesn't get any better than this. Usyk versus Chisora. Mouth-watering fight. At a time where we all need a little bit of something to look forward to. You know, the markets, the economy seems to be grinding to a halt. But no, I don't think anything can stop this mega event. People are so excited. It's just under 11 weeks away, so it's just out of that danger zone. Everything that's happening in and around the next month is, you know, no one knows. Lots of things are getting cancelled. But the fact this fight is a bit past that, yeah. I feel very confident that it's going to take place and it's going to be an absolutely cracking fight.
Are you guys worried at all about ticket sales? Because I know people at the moment are like, well, if I buy tickets now.
Not the way the ticket sales have gone so far. They've gone brilliantly. So no, not to be honest.
There's a guarantee that they will get their money back should anything happen.
If they buy tickets, they get their money back. So people are okay about that. And but people want to be there. People don't want to miss out on this one. Yeah. You don't want to use this. You don't need any excuse not to get your ticket to this fight, because this will go down in history. This fight, people are really writing Derek off. You know, I understand why you got someone who's lost.
I think people are writing him off.
For sure, of course they're writing him off. He's lost 9 professional fights against someone who's in most people's top 10 pound for pound list right about now. Who's never lost a professional contest, Olympic gold medalist. The guy's an absolute freak in terms of technical, in terms of, you know, his ring generalmanship. He's a brilliant, excellent, exceptional fighter that's moved up in weight, and it's the unknown. We don't know how he deals with a real heavyweight who drags him into a dogfight. I've seen him in a boxing match, and in a boxing match he wins 5 times out of 5. But how about if it gets real tough and rough, and he's put this additional weight on, he's put on another 15 pounds of muscle, and he's feeling good, and then all of a sudden that pace that worked at cruiserweight at 90 kilos, he can't maintain it past round 6, 7, 8, but Derek's just getting warmed up. Derek's the freight train just keeps getting warmed up, keeps coming. You know, he might have to hold his feet a little bit and start exchanging with Derek, and in a toss-up, toe-to-toe, blow for blow, I'm going with Derek.
Usyk is taking on a very challenging opponent, especially when all roads lead to Anthony Joshua at this point. It's a big risk to take.
Yeah, he's got a lottery ticket at the moment that's got £10 million on it, $10 million, $30 million, or whatever the exchange rate is. He's got that now. He could just go to the Bahamas, chill out of the mojito, and just cash it in when it's ready to cash in. But he's not, and that's why I'm a fan of Usyk, because he wants challenges. He wants to test himself. And that's the reason
he wants Chisora win on his resume.
That's the type of mindset that creates undisputed champions, is the willingness to go to someone else's backyard and put it all on the line. Even though you've got this big pot of gold here, he'll earn significantly more money in the AJ fight than he's done in his whole career put together. But he doesn't care. He's not in it for the money. He's in it for the glory, and he realizes he's got to beat someone like Chisora to give himself the best chance against AJ. But I think he's picked the wrong guy. He's so many other heavyweights he could have picked, maybe even ranked higher than Derek, but he hasn't. He's picked Derek, and I'm like, thank you very much. This is like music to my ears. And in Usyk's only heavyweight fight as a professional, I wasn't blown away. He didn't show any devastating punch power. I wasn't that impressed. You know, it was a solid victory. Ticked all the boxes. Yeah, you got the cruiserweight in his first fight. You let him off for his first fight. This is his second fight.
How much of that was due to the fact that he didn't have time to actually train for that opponent?
If that fight was at cruiserweight and it was you brought somebody in of Chaz Witherspoon's pedigree in a cruiserweight fight, do you think Usyk would have knocked him out? I do, real quick, because he was knocking out world champions. He was beating significant world champions in a lot more impressive fashion than he did do against Chaz Witherspoon, and I only think it's because Chaz was that much bigger. He could absorb the punches, the shots that cruiserweights get hit with, and step back and gives him a chance to breathe. Heavyweights just walk through those, and he wasn't expecting that. So Chaz Witherspoon technically didn't have enough to come to the table, but he was big and strong. Although he wasn't in shape, he hadn't been training for a fight, he came on real late notice, he still managed to last 7 odd rounds. It's like, then he gave up on his talk because he's run out of energy. Derek Chisora is just going to put it on him from the first bell, get close, rough him up, heads low. He's going to do whatever, obviously within boundaries of the rules. And if there's a line here, he's going to just be on it the whole way. If that's the back of the head, he's going to be hitting on the back of the head. That's the only way he can win. He can't win in a boxing match. Stands out jab, he starts doing his feinting stuff. he'll come unstuck, and he knows that. And it works. That's what happens when he's got the sparring partners in. If he stands off and has a boxing match, he'll just get his head jabbed off. So why play that game?
So let's talk about the WBO mandatory then. Yeah. Should Chisora win, what happens then? Will he become the mandatory? And
we talked to Paco at the WBO to make it official, but on paper, obviously, he's got a mandatory position. This should be a final eliminator. It goes back to a final, so the winner then moves forward to fight the WBO champion. And he's ranked highly. It's a big fight, and if that fight does happen, what the governing bodies don't want is some guy who's got no marketability about him, no story, fighting their main man, and nobody earns money. But Derek Chisora brings the O2 Arena on his own, So Derek Chisora and Anthony Joshua, who fills out football stadiums, all British heavyweight clash. That's the one that everybody wants. That's the one the WBO want. Unless it's a unification fight against Fury, which I don't see happening until 2021. But that's looking too far into the future, and looking, Derek has to win a fight that many people think is an impossible fight to win.
Do you think that it was fair that basically upon entry into the heavyweight division that Usyk was named as the mandatory to Anthony Joshua?
It was, I think,
Some people don't feel that way.
That's because they weren't the number one in the division. Whenever a fighter is unified, has all the belts in one division, the Ring Magazine number one, stepping up in a weight, he's obviously got the accolades of being a number one world champion. Why should he start at the same run as someone coming into the heavyweight division who's got no history? He is a champion. He didn't lose the belts. He relinquished the belts. So technically, he's still a champion because no one's taken the belts off of him. Those belts have been fragmented now, and other people are fighting for him. But he's still the man. You deserve that. It took me, after I relinquished the belts, I had one fight against Monty Two Guns Barrett, knocked him out, and then my next fight was against Nikolai Valua for the heavyweight title. Everyone was complaining at the time that I shouldn't get the opportunity to fight it, but I did, and I won. So I proved that maybe off the strength of what I did at cruiserweight, they realised, okay, David Haye went in 2 fights, went up and fought for the heavyweight title, and maybe Usyk can do it in 3. I understand why the powers that be put him so highly ranked in the WBO, because you've got to put him in at least top 5. But Mandry, I heard a few rumblings. It's not fair, but that's life.
Well, you never know what's going to happen in the heavyweight division. We just saw that a few weeks back, and I gotta say, I saw the highlights of your reaction when you were sitting ringside. You were like, you look like a right fan sitting ringside.
That's the thing. Although I'm kind of there to do my commentary, I'm there as a fan, really. Fan first and foremost. I love sitting back ringside, just watching 2 peak athletes going at it, who are both super confident, are both prepared, are both mentally up for it, both undefeated. It was like, to watch the way it unfolded was, I'm so glad I was there. I'm so glad I didn't watch it at home. I'm so glad I was there ringside watching these guys, because it's going to go down as one of the greatest, fights in the heavyweight division. The way it went down, the way he did it was fantastic. And the reason why I believe he won it is because in his head, he knew he could do it. And I, for one, didn't. I thought he was going to get knocked out by Wilder. But he superseded Wilder's punch power with his tenacity, with his energy, with a game plan. I see something similar here. Wilder had that one trick. That was the big right hand. Usyk's one trick is his skill set. He can punch from all angles. He's so slippery, and if you have a boxing match with him, he beats you 10 times out of 10. But how about when you don't have a boxing match? How about when you get so close to Wilder, he can't punch, that he can't get that perfect shot? He loses. I'm hoping that's the same case with Usyk. What happens when you don't have a boxing match with Usyk? When you just get close to him and just work? Can he work with you? What does he do? Does he hold? Does he tuck up? Does he punch with you? Whichever one he does, I think Derek Chisora is going to have a great night.
Well, thank you for your time. No problem. I appreciate it. I know
2 minutes. You said 2 minutes. You quick 2 minutes.
Did I say 2 minutes? I did not. Oh, okay.
No, it's 2 minutes.
No, I meant.
I do.
Come here.
I'm doing an interview for less than 20 minutes. So.
No. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Stay safe out there.
I've got my gloves.
Get your
Derek has forced me to wear these gloves here at the press conference, so I don't touch anybody. Doesn't want me contaminating anybody in and around him. So I'm doing my part. Some
weird times going on outside right now with all the different events canceling. Disneyland closed down, I think, for the 4th time in history, just to prevent.
The sun still comes up at the same time and goes down at the same time. the world keeps spinning, and that's all you can do. Just be aware of it and try not to hide under don't hide under your bed in fear, because nobody wins that way.
Absolutely not. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and I'll speak with you in the coming weeks then. All right, bye, Fight fans. Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking the icon right here, and also hit the bell button so that you can get alerts every time we upload a new video.